What's up, fam? It's your girl Green Tara Ty, and I'm back with another channel message. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone who been fucking with my vibes. If you're from Facebook, TikTok, I love you. I appreciate you. And for my day ones that's on here, y'all know I love y'all. So, first off, I want to say, girl, boy, brother, sister. My intention was to get up this morning and go to the nail shop before I posted this video because my nails look so bad. So bad. So please don't judge me. I went to the nail shop 20 minutes early. I sat there for 20 minutes. They opened at 10. I thought they opened at 9, but they opened at 10. Long story short, when I got there, the nail shop was still closed. So I waited 20 minutes. I waited 20 more minutes. They still wasn't there. And if you are new to the channel, I'm really bad with patience. That's one of my flaws. So yeah, your girl had to go. So I'm here now. I'm giving you guys the channel message that I received. I was gonna say yesterday, but honestly, one of the last part of this channel message was something that I kind of been receiving over time. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. Please don't judge my nails, y'all. Y'all know when I talk a lot with my hands. And yeah, so let's jump into the video and get started. So y'all, this will be a channel message that I received. And I actually channeled these messages through 3 different songs actually. So yeah, so let's jump into it. So the first song that I got, y'all, called Legends. And the artist of this song is Juice WRLD. And I just want to give you guys some of the some things that I jotted down when I got my channel message, and then I'm gonna kind of talk about that along in this message. So the first thing I wrote down is I'm trying to make it out. This time it was so unexpected. My mind is foggy. I'm so confused. The end of the world. I'm sorry. The end of the world, is it coming? The world is cruel and cold. I usually have the answers to the questions, but this time I'm going to be quiet. I usually have the answers to the questions, but this time I'm confused. What the fuck is this about? We keep losing our legends. Ain't nothing like feeling the uncertainty, the uncertainty. I feel like I'm butchering that word, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Ain't nothing like feeling the uncertainty in the eeriness, in the quiet inside. And last but not least, I'm going to be quiet. So those are the phrases that I wrote down. Like I said, for the first channel, the first song that I channeled this message. And again, the name of this song is called Legends. And I wrote this, I got this channel message at 4:08 p.m. for anyone who are big on numbers. I know I am. So hold on real quick. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if you add the 4 plus 8, it also gives you 12. And if you add the 1 plus 2, it gives you 3, which is Trinity. Very important in this message. So I'm going to come back to that Trinity too when I get to the end, because it's interesting because we also have, I said I have 3 different songs that I channeled this message from. So that was also interesting too, the fact that when you add the 4 plus 8, it gives you 12. But anyway, I digress. So let's talk about these lyrics, y'all. So what I received from these lyrics was, the first thing that really stood out to me was, I usually have the answers to the questions, but this time I'm going to be quiet. The next thing was, I usually have the answers to the questions, but this time I'm confused. And what I took from that, y'all, was I hear Spirit saying, some of you guys feel like you always kind of somewhat had it figured out. And what I mean by that is, you've been walking on a path where you kind of somewhat been going with the flow. But in the midst of you going with the flow, I feel like you kind of been going with the flow of your flesh. And I hear Spirit is saying, I need you to go to the floor of your soul, which take me to we keep losing our legends. And it's interesting, y'all, because I'm gonna these lyrics that I'm reading to y'all, the way that the other 3 songs is gonna like co-sign with it is crazy, y'all. I'm telling you. And I got these channel messages, most of them from yesterday, and I was sitting under a tree. I learned that, I guess I've been kind of like figuring out my own spiritual gifts more, tapping into my own past lives, journeys, realizing that I got gifts from other lives, and I'm kind of tapping into it. So I'm very connected to trees, y'all, and that's what I get most of my channel message when I'm just like literally sitting under the tree. Like I find me a little spot and I sit there and I put my palms on the tree, and I feel like I get more information through that. Don't know why I brought that up. Maybe that's for somebody to know. Don't know why, but let's okay. Let me continue. So I'm trying to make it out. And when I seen that, it made me think again, going back to our soul, our past lives. We're losing our legends. So what I took from this, you guys, is this is not your first time being here. And in your past life, you have done many things, just like you're doing in this life. And the thing about that is, a lot of us are legends, and we don't even know that we're legends. Which took me to we keep losing our legends. When you have life cycles, right? And you leave that life cycle and you enter to another life cycle. You have to leave that body, leave that flesh, and enter to another one. With that being said, again, you don't remember your past lives, but just because you don't remember doesn't mean that they don't exist. Understand that. So when I seen that phrase, we keep losing our legends, you are a legend, but you don't remember. So if it was a actress. I can't remember his name. He's very popular, very known. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. He played in a lot of movies since like the 90s, and he just recently got admitted into a assisted living facility because he got dementia, Alzheimer's, and the family was showing it a lot. That's how I know about the story. That's why I'm pretty sure some of you guys probably know about it too. I wish I knew his name, but I don't. I'm not really big on idolizing people. So like if I see faces, I'm good at faces, but all that remember their name, this and that, I ain't, most of the time I'm not gonna remember it. So but yeah, very well-known person, and he got dementia now. He don't even remember the fact that he was an actress. He don't even know how famous he is at this point. And it's so interesting because it reminds me of us when we leave the flesh, our temple, and we enter to another temple. This man is still in his same temple and he don't remember. So if he is still in the same temple, his same flesh, and he can't remember because of a sickness, what makes you think that you're going to remember when you're not even in the same temple? Understand that. And I feel like what Spirit has been stressing to me is to get people to understand that all the power, and for some reason, I keep hearing alchemist, phoenix rising. It's like you're like the phoenix rising from every lifetime that you lived. And every time you live, you give to the world. But imagine giving so much, doing so much, being so much, and forgetting everything. And just because you forgot again doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Again, like I was just talking about the actor. He don't remember none of that, but we know that it exists. We know that. When he leave, the fact that he's still here and getting praised, and once he leave, he will still get praised because the work that he put in. Understand that. So, ain't nothing like the feeling of uncertainty, uncertainness, and the eeriness of the quietness. That there is something I've been feeling very heavy lately. And what I hear Spirit is saying is a lot of us being very uncertain. And because we are uncertain about our path or our future or what's to come, it gives us an eerie feeling. And that eerie feeling is the unknown. It's the not knowing what's to come. I hear Spirit is saying, but a lot of times when people don't know what's to come, they kind of, once again, like I was saying at the beginning of the video, they go with the flow of the flesh. And the flow of the flesh is not the way of the soul. The soul doesn't identify with the flesh. The soul identifies with many fleshes. This is not the first time that your soul has been connected to the flesh. Understand that. So the end of the world is coming soon. And when I seen that, it kind of made me chuckle in my head, because I remember when I was a kid, my grandma used to always say, you know the world coming to you soon, y'all. Y'all better get right. Y'all better get right with God. You better do this. You better do that. You never know when the world gonna end and all that stuff. And I ain't knocking the people who still think like that. Think how you want to think. I don't knock no religion. I have respect for all religions. I just don't identify with religion because I feel like religion is another way to divide us apart, to keep us feeling humbled, pretty much. And some people may need it though. I hear spirit saying, but anyway, my mind is foggy and I'm confused. Again, I feel like a lot of us, we're not really accepting the fact that you have lived so many other lives before. Me myself, I'm gonna use myself as an example. No, I'm not gonna say that. Spirit said, no, don't say that. Stop talking about yourself so much. Oh, but what I will say is that I have had the privilege of for meditation and just and I want to say for meditation because I feel like a lot of people think sometimes some people gonna watch this video and y'all gonna feel like kind of like wishing that you kind of had the gifts to do certain things that I may have spoke on, but I hear spirit is saying you do meditation. Everybody can meditate. I'm no better than you. It's been times I suffer with that too, and I unconsciously watch other people, and I be feeling like I wish I had it. I wish I had this, but you do. Spirit is saying, and I I hear spirit saying it started with you and it's gonna end with you. But when I said it's gonna end with you, I mean it's gonna end as in ending. Ain't no more legends, or it's going to end as in the legends is waking up and the legends is remembering their position in life. And no matter how many times they come back to this world, no matter how many times they get defeated by the enemy, or the enemy think they're getting defeated, they going to come back every fucking time, just in a different body, in a different form. And I hear spirit is saying, I got legends watching this video right now, and you know you're a legend. It's something deep, deep, deep down in your solar plex. Spirit is saying, that's always like been lingering and telling you like it's more to life. And God is saying you've been feeling lately like the uncertainty has been coming from you not seeing what you kind of been expecting, the more to life. And spirit is saying because you haven't activated it in yourself. You are the legend. Half of these legends that we look up to and we read about, you are the new legend. You are the old and the new, the past and the current. All that is happening at one time. You looking at the work of legends who left work for you to see, not understanding that you left work too. You still have work to leave. It's not done. So the cruel cold world, again, I feel like spirit is saying, how can you stop the coldness from the heat? I need you to activate that heat within your core, that heat that's been burning, slowly burning inside of you. That's what I hear spirit is saying. And I'm going to go ahead and jump to the next channel message. Well, song. Just all one channel message. But the next song I got was called Life is Beautiful by Lil Peep, I think. Peep. I never heard of this artist before, honestly. And I received this at 411 or 56. So if you want to know the number for that one, it's the number 6. So for the first message, we got the number 3. And for the next message, we got the number 6. It'll be so crazy, y'all, if the last message end up adding up to 9 and it'd be 369. But I don't know. I just think that'd be cool. But I don't even know if it's going to happen like that. I'm kind of curious to know though. Hold on, y'all. So the next message, I wrote it down at 429, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. Okay, no, it's 6. Okay, I just had to get that out of the way because it was killing my mind. But anyway, y'all, but that's still cool though. Even though I ain't got the 369, I got the 366, and anything with the 369 in it, I'm just like over the hill for that because that's a sign of manifestation. Tesla, I picked that up from Tesla, but Tesla. Is that how you say his name? I hope so, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, y'all, the next song I got again is called "Life Is Beautiful." I wrote it at 411. That adds up to 6. And the name is Lil Peep. I hope I'm saying his name right. But yeah, Lil Peep. That's what I got. And the quotes I wrote down from this song is, I'm trying to keep it cool. I'm sorry. Trying to keep it cool at your grandparent funeral. I know it hurts sometimes, but isn't life beautiful? You are not invited because you're nothing like the usual. Okay, I hear spirit saying stop right there before I go on So some of you guys may be black sheeps in the family like myself. Um, and I hear spirit saying, what makes a zebra stand out from a horse? Hmm. It's stripes. And again, I feel like a lot of people try to make you feel unworthy. Um, you the kind of person that you got a heart. Um, I can feel your energy right now. Like you have a heart of an angel. You are literally like the true definition of walking in God's image. You the way that you operate in life, the way that you treat others, the way that you see others is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And although you come from such a pure place, others don't seem to reciprocate that back to you. And a lot of times people may try to disclose you from things because I hear spirit saying it have everything to do with me. Mm, clock that motherfucking T. Sorry, y'all. I had to. Spirit said it have everything to do with me. You are not invited because you're nothing like the usual. Again, Spirit said the reason why you're not invited is because it have everything to do with me. Light irritate demons. And baby, the location that you're at, and it's so, and I hear somebody right now, you may always kind of wanted to like leave your city, your state, your neighborhood, or something like of that sort, but it's something I always felt like it was pulling you like, no, I need to be here. And it's like your higher, it's like, okay, no, your lower self, your flesh, is like always wanting to go, but your high, you feel like something was always pulling you back to stay there. And I hear spirit is saying, because I used you and I planted you there. I planted you there for a reason. And it ain't gonna feel comfortable all the time. And a lot of people ain't gonna like the fact that you there. But I want you to be there for a reason. Because I'm using you in that location. Understand that. And I hear spirit is saying the many past lives that you have lived, I put you in certain locations. Some of you guys are a whole different race than what you was in your past life. Some of you guys feel called to different cultures and religions and you don't understand why. Like myself, I try not to say African American, but anyway, we just gonna say that right now. Um no, I ain't claiming that. We ain't gonna say that. Um what I'm gonna say. Most people that I grew up with from my background culture was either go Christian or Jehovah. Me myself, I don't identify with neither. I don't have nothing against neither. I just choose to be a free spirit and not lock myself into a religion that's going to allow me to shut down my perspective about certain things that I may feel true to. So, with that being said, I am so fascinated with Buddhism. I hope I'm saying that right. And if I was to choose any religion, if I didn't have a choice, I would probably align with that religion. And I know most people would probably look at me and be like, why the hell would you say that? Like, and with me being a black woman, a lot of people would think that I would identify automatically with the Egyptians and things of that sort. And I do. That's the crazy part. ISIS, very connected. But Green Tara, very connected. And again, like those two deities that I just named are legends. So I think what God is trying to get us to understand is that legends don't always be accepted. Sometimes they don't get accepted or appreciated until they're gone, long and dead. And it's funny because okay, I did get permission. Sometimes I'll be about to tell y'all stories about myself, and as I'm about to tell y'all, I wait sometimes to hear if spirit is telling, if like giving me permission to say it or not, because I'm not always given the permission to speak on the things that I know or that I've been through. Sometimes I'm just instructed to speak on things, and sometimes I'm not. But going back to what I was saying was dang, what was I just want to tell y'all about? Ugh, I hate when I do that. I can't remember. I hope it come back to me. But anyway, like I feel like the main thing I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that the race you are in this lifetime is not always your dominant race. You haven't always been the same race. You haven't even always been the same as far as male or female. We have so many past lives, and a lot of times, oh yeah, that's what I was going to. When you feel like connected and pulled to different times, like literally, like me personally, like the Renaissance, I feel so connected to that time. A lot of you guys have been getting signs and hidden messages pulling on your energy, and you haven't been understanding because the things that's been coming up for you haven't been aligning with your identity within this life cycle. I hear Spirit is saying, but Spirit is trying to say, I'm trying to activate something inside of you to show you that you have so much to give, not just from this lifetime, but from all the past lifetime. It's like all your, it's kind of like when you go to school and you go through the first grade, second grade, third grade, and you know eventually you graduate, which is interesting because my last song is called Graduate in this message. And I feel like Spirit is saying, just because you graduate doesn't mean the only thing you're taking when you graduate is what you learned from that 12th grade or whatever grade you graduating from. You are graduating with all of those lessons that you learned throughout the season, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. None of that goes away. You may, and it's funny because I ain't gonna lie, my daughter just graduated high school last year, and when she used to do her homework sometimes with the math, and it was interesting because me personally, math was my favorite subject. I love math. Like that was my favorite subject. I'm still infatuated with numbers. It's just something about numbers. I always been kind of like, I don't know, just a weird thing about me. Again, I feel like it's somewhat connected to my past life. I may not have all the answers, but God gonna give me enough clues for me to put it all together eventually. But if you ain't putting all the shit together, taking the clues and trying to make the puzzle, baby, you just got a whole bunch of pieces to the puzzle. But what's the point of having the pieces if you're not going to puzzle it together? You get see what I'm saying? And I feel like Spirit is that's what Spirit is saying through this. And as I was getting these channel messages through these songs, I was thinking to myself, why you give me so many songs, Spirit? Because usually I just get a channel message through one song, and this message in particular, Spirit wanted me to use more than one song, three songs, which is aligned with the Trinity again, trying to get us aligned with our higher self so we can remember, connect with our soul. Our soul have a fingerprint that's not just this fingerprint that we got. It got all of the fingerprints, understand that. And with all of those fingerprints is so much powerful. And you have the power to tap into that because it's your soul essence. You as a human being, as your flesh, as this life cycle, you have a fingerprint. But you got so many of those. But you only got one soul fingerprint. Understand that. So, um, trying to keep it cool at your grandparent funeral. So some of you guys may, like I said, had a lot of family members turn away from you, treat you poorly. You know, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just getting triggered a little bit because I be dealing with this shit too a little bit. But you know, some of you guys your grandparent may recently pass away, elders in your family. Some of them may not agree with the life path that you're taking. Some of them may not agree with your spiritual path. Hell, some of you guys may have started tapping into a different religion. I hear Spirit is saying that the religion is not the religion that your family raised you on. And because of that, everybody giving you the side eye. And they like, well, what made you go from Catholic to Christian? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like you just jumped to a whole different like ball game. I just feel like you just did a complete shift. And with that shift, you got, like I said, I know it hurt sometimes, but life is beautiful. And it's like, yeah, it hurts when your loved ones, when people that you genuinely love. And like I said, I felt your energy. You such a earth angel. You're such an earth angel. And I want to give you your flowers because I feel like a lot of people don't give you your flowers, and I want to give it to you. I want to give you your flowers. Your ancestors are definitely been trying to give you your flowers. And yeah, like I feel like your ancestors want you to know, if everybody's trying against you and your family, remember that you still got us. You still got them. And and then when on the part when I say I'm trying to keep it cool at your grandparent funeral, I know the pressure. You know what I'm saying? When you going against the grain, when you doing something that everybody feel like is delusional or fool's play or whatever that sort. And I just feel like Spirit is saying, just keep going. Yes, it's gonna hurt, but life is beautiful. Life, and it's funny because y'all, I had it kind of like, I literally made a post on my Facebook page today, and I was talking about how I haven't been living in my true authentic power lately. And it was something about this past full moon that really kind of made me really tap into that, y'all. And even with me, like today, like showing up, like lately, I just been feeling the energy of so many people that I know um, is not watching my videos for the right reasons. So that's been kind of, with that pull on my energy, I let that kind of affect what I was doing. I let it affect my gifts. I let it affect me showing up. Like, I haven't been posting videos, and the last two videos that I posted, I was making those videos I want to say indirectly, but then again, it was very direct. And the reason why I say indirectly is because I'm the type of person, when I address some shit, I'm never going to say your name. Because I feel like when I say your name, I'm giving light to you. I'm giving you energy that I'm never going to give you. But I unconsciously realized that I was still giving the enemy energy. And I want to stop saying the word enemy too, because I'm starting to understand and trying to really grasp and walk along the fact that we are not fighting with enemies. We don't fight with flesh. We fight with energies, with spirits. And when people choose to live a life that allows them to be in a low vibrational frequency, those energies, those whatever you want to call it, some people like to call it demonic. I don't know, but they get attached to those people. Because when you are vibrating in a low frequency, you're basically inviting spirits into you, saying, hey, use me. I'm dimming my light, so use my light. So I don't even know why I got on that subject, y'all. I'm just preaching. But anyway, yeah, so you are not invited because you're nothing like us. Again, I hear the spirit is saying, it's okay. Let them keep acting funny with you. Let them keep talking and judging and gossiping behind your back, because that's all they gonna do. Understand that spirit is saying, even in all your past life, you always had people gossiping about you. Like every life that you live, you had people gossiping. Oh, sorry, y'all. I was looking at something popped up on my screen. But I hear spirit saying, keep shining, keep going, because they're gonna keep talking. And the thing about it is, some of you guys have kind of been dimming your light because of the talk, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier about how I just been kind of like, I don't know, sometimes when we feeling the energy, I just kind of just wanted to like go in isolation, because I don't want to give it back to them. Because if somebody treat me like shit and I treat them back like shit, I ain't shit either. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I gotta continue to vibrate high and be myself and give love and light, because it's people assigned to me. It's people assigned to you. And if we don't show up and become that legend that we are, then who the fuck are we here for? Like, took me back to the first song Juice WRLD said, what the fuck is this about? Like, literally, I said that. What the fuck is this about? Like, what is it about? Like, and going back to Juice WRLD again, is nothing like the uncertainly, I can't say that word for nothing. The uncertainness of the eeriness and the quietness. Y'all gotta go play the song, child. I know I'm butchering these words, but it's called Legends. Legends. It's by Juice WRLD. I've been listening to that song all morning. But yeah, I just had to like fit that into that part. But anyway, so other words that I got from Life is Beautiful, quotes that I got is, once you feel unstoppable, you can run into an obstacle. And then I put LOL. Isn't life beautiful? And the reason why I put LOL and I wrote that, because I was feeling like that yesterday, y'all. I was feeling like, cause the last full moon, it's been a couple days since it passed. Not too many days, but a couple days. But during the full moon, and maybe like 3 days after the full moon, I was still feeling that feeling of uncertainness and that eeriness feeling, like Juice WRLD was talking about. And the reason why I was feeling it so heavy, because I know that I ain't been showing up with all my gifts the way that I know that I should. And I'm gonna be real. Some itty bitty parts of me was so busy watching other people that I was taken away from myself. Like, I just lay there, binge watch on YouTube. Don't even want to get up. Like, I get up, brush my teeth, and that's pretty much it. Like, I just lay on the couch some days because I work nights, so in the daytime I kind of just be chilling. But Spirit's like, you doing all this chilling, binge watching other people, and I hear some for somebody it's a sign for you too. Why are you not making your own videos? You don't have to show your face in a video if that's what you're worrying about. It's so many different ways to make videos, faces videos these days, and I feel like, again, me being that person that I needed for myself. I remember when people, I used to watch people there, and they used to give me that message, and I used to think it was from them, but it wasn't even from them. It was from God telling me like, you should start your own. You should start your own. Eventually, I did. But guess what? I started my YouTube channel like a little over 2 years ago, and I'm still in a place where I'm kind of like a baby again, like stumbling. Like when a baby learn how to walk, just because they know how to walk doesn't mean they're not gonna stumble or fall again. And I hear Spirit is saying that. Some of you guys, you already started. You know how to walk. I know you know how to walk because you showed me. You done did it. But you keep stumbling, and every time you stumble, you feel like, oh, I can't get back up. And Spirit is saying, yes, the fuck you can. And no one's gonna help you get up. And I hate that I had to say it like that, but they not. Because most of the people who see you fall, they want you to fucking fall, and they want you to stay the fuck down. And the ones who are assigned to you, they confused because you the goddamn leader and you falling. If the leader gonna fall, then what about the community? And I hear Spirit is saying, if you ain't gonna do it for yourself, do it for your people. For somebody. Because I hear some of you guys are still are you do for somebody else before you do for yourself. And Spirit is saying, I don't need you to be in that energy no more. You serve me enough. And now I'm trying to serve you. I can't serve you with your destiny if you still hiding behind the walls. If you still are ashamed about what people are going to say or feel about you. If you still worrying about those family members who are not like you. Again, you are not invited because you're nothing like them. You keep worrying about the fact that you weren't invited to this and this and that, and this person doing this and this person, they don't call you, and the Spirit is saying, because you're nothing like them. I separated you from them for a reason. I put you in this position for a reason. I isolated you for a reason. And instead of you understanding the light in this isolation, you choose to be in hermit mode. Or the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is it's like the person on the card. I don't have the cards with me right now. It's funny that I'm going into tarot, and I said today won't be no cards, but I'm seeing them cards in my third eye. Like the Five of Cups is not a bad card. What makes it bad is the fact that the person who's receiving it doesn't even see that they're receiving it. Imagine somebody giving you $1 million, but you so down and you so depressed and you so this and you so that about something that happened yesterday or something that a bitch said that you like, okay, whatever, just put it there, I'll get it later. And you don't even realize what they're giving you. You so focused on the bullshit that you're not even seeing that God is trying to give you everything. And I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles. Like God is saying, I'm trying to give you the Ace of Pentacles. Literally, God is handing you the Ace of Pentacles. But you so busy worrying about why you weren't invited. Why the family make you feel like this because you don't choose to live your life the way that they expected you to live your life. You choosing to do the things that makes you happy. And because you choosing to do the things that makes you happy, other people are starting to look at you sideways. I hear Spirit is saying. And because of that, it's making you go in hermit mode. And making you feel unsure about your gifts, your talents. Should I show up this way? Should I do this? Should I do that? And I hear a lot of you guys are going through big changes right now. You doing shit that ain't never been done before. At least in your family. At least in your city. At least in your state. Again, it's a reason why you in that city. It's a reason why you in that state. It's a reason why every time you feel like I want to go, God, Spirit keeps saying, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to stay right motherfucking here. Because I hid you in plain sight. But the problem is, I hid you in plain sight. And now it's time for you to be seen, and you still fucking hiding. Why? It's time to come up. When you plant a seed, mustard seed, it's very small, underground. No one knows. It's right in plain sight, but people don't see that shit until it come up. But if you don't come up, then again, going back to Juice WRLD, what the fuck is this about? We're losing our legends because legends is dying and they choosing to come back and not remember who the fuck they are. Tap into that energy. Tap into the Trinity. Tap into your soul fingerprint, not your flesh. That shit is limited. You got so much more to give, to gain, to receive. Life is comical. That's what I got. I wrote that down too from the Life is Beautiful. I wrote down life is comical. If you ever need a friend, then you got me. If I try suicide, would you stop me? And that is your spirit guides, your higher self talking to you. I wrote that down in that song, and it was funny because, like I said, I never in my life heard of the artist, never listened to none of his songs, but I felt called to it. And when I read that part again, I'm gonna read it again. This is your higher self talking to you. This is the fingerprint of your soul talking to you. If I try suicide, would you stop me? Or would you help me get a grip? If your soul fingerprint tried suicide, would you stop it? Do you understand what your soul fingerprint is? Do you understand that when you choose not to activate sorry, I'm just feeling it so heavy, y'all. When you choose not to activate your soul fingerprint, you choose to allow suicide. That's why they say some people out here living, but they're not really living. I know it's hard. Again, going back to the beautiful, life is beautiful. I know it hurt, but life is so beautiful. And I feel like Spirit is saying some of you guys don't feel like that right now. It's like you have your days, you have your moments, but you keep wondering, like, why can't I feel this way all the time? And Spirit is saying it's your soul fingerprint. Your soul is like longing for the assignment, the purpose, the joy, the fulfillment, the reason why it returned back. Not the bullshit, not keeping up with the Joneses, not changing my body because somebody don't like how I look. It's about embracing everything about you. Everything. I remember when I was a kid growing up, people used to call me Pinocchio and they used to call me Jumbo. And it used to hurt my little feelings. I used to cry. I remember one girl even called me a man because she told me that my eyebrows were so thick. And I got really thick. I love my motherfucking eyebrows now. I love them. I need to go get them arched. But love them. The fullness of them. Now that I'm older, I get a lot of people mistake me from being Indian and like different races and stuff because they have thick natural eyebrows. And again, I hear for some of you guys have been criticized because of how you look, and that kind of like dims your light too because you don't want like people to judge you and see you looking any kind of way because you don't know how people gonna like. Who the fuck cares? I hear what Spirit is saying, talk what y'all feel, but at this point, I'm not even gonna say it because who the fuck cares? And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Nobody don't fucking care. You care more about what they think than they fucking actually do. Literally, like, honestly. Run away and make friends with the moon. Why you tripping? You'll be with your friends soon. When I seen that part, y'all, what I took from that is, again, you're gonna die. You're gonna die one day. I'm gonna die. We are all gonna die. And we are gonna come back. And we're gonna die again and again and again and again. And the reason why I kept saying again and again, you're gonna know why real soon. The last thing I wrote down from this song, y'all, was when it comes when it I'm sorry, it comes a time when everybody meet the same fate. What I just said. You're gonna die. So I know it kind of, so some might be like, what the hell? Did she just say I'm gonna die? But I feel like some of you guys haven't really grasped that. It's like we don't like to talk about things because it's like, oh no, that's, we don't like, why not? People don't talk about, sometimes people pass away, they don't even have their wishes on what they want to happen to them until they fucking dead and gone, and then it's like now the family going crazy and everybody arguing and everybody talking about this and that and whatever. You know, I know y'all know. Why aren't we talking about things that we know is gonna happen? Because you scared of it's happening? Just because you scared don't mean it ain't gonna happen. But the thing about that is, just because you're scared don't mean it ain't gonna happen. But just because you're scared doesn't mean it's gonna happen. But just because you're scared and you choose to operate and live your life out fear, you won't receive your destiny. Again, what the fuck is this about? If we ain't here to receive the destiny, our destiny, to live the life that was destined for us, which is a life of freedom. And when I'm talking about freedom, I'm talking about a peace of mind. That is the most freedom that you can fucking have. Understand that. We wonder why we keep overthinking. It's because we not aligning with our soul fingerprints. We're suppressing the things that was literally embedded in us for years and years and years and centuries. The universe begins with you. What made a legend a legend? It damn sure wasn't fear. Because that's what stops legends. What prevent a legend from becoming a legend is fear. Fear-based mentality. Fear-based thinking. Feeling like I'm not enough. Feeling like I can't show up. Feeling like, again, worrying about why you weren't invited. When Spirit is saying because you're nothing like them. So some of you guys been kind of just thinking too much about things. I feel like real like physical shit. Like real like shit that don't matter. So my last song I got was Graduation. And with Graduation, I wrote this down at 4:29 for somebody who wanted timestamp. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh yeah, I already did that one. I forgot. 6. So that add up to 6. The artist of this song is Post Malone. Post Malone, I think I said that right. And the lyrics to this, what I wrote down from this song, what I took is, what Spirit had me write down was, as we go on, we remember all the times we spent together. And y'all, before I get into this message, I want to say something to you. So this song, like the other 2 songs that just came yesterday, but this particular song, Graduation, this had came to me probably like a little over a week ago, right? And it kept coming to me. And I didn't really quite understand why, because I wasn't getting I like the message wasn't like clicking to me right away, honestly. And I kept thinking to myself, like, why do God keep sending this song? Like, I know it's something in this song, but I can't and then when I did try to like understand the message in it. What the message I took from it was a lesson that I kind of already kind of like, me and God already kind of like went over. So I'm like, well, why would you bring this lesson back? And I know I'm not really in this right now. I know I've been doing the work as far as what I thought I was, supposed to receive. So I didn't quite understand. And then I would play the song in the mornings when I was dropping my kids at school. So my 9-year-old daughter the other day, she was like, "Mommy, can you play that song for me?" So I played it. And when I played it again, I kept thinking to myself, it's the reason why God keep playing this song. And I remember I added it to my playlist when I ran across it and everything, because I lately I've been just trying to change up the music I listen to. And cause okay, Spirit told me to share why I'm doing that. I guess I need to hear it, because a lot of time we listen to music and we don't understand that music is getting into our system. So if we are feeling happy and bubbly and love with our man, and we listen to something that's saying, I'm fuck nigga free. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what? Like, it's not aligning. You gonna feel like, oh, fuck this nigga. And you go home and you treat him like shit when he ain't did nothing. So that's just for somebody, like I said, that's why I did decide to change up my music. Not that specific example, but just put it out there for somebody. We gotta be careful with the music we listen to. The music has frequency. And if we listen to frequency, or we surround ourselves by frequency, that frequency can get attached to us, just like spirits. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So yeah, that was for somebody. So yeah, so I changed up my music. This song came on one day and I saved it on my playlist, right? And when I saved it on my playlist, like I said, I kept getting called to play it, but I didn't quite understand why. And when my daughter wanted to hear it, the other day, I was just like, okay, it's definitely something in this song that Spirit want me to talk about, but it still ain't clicked to me, y'all. I be down. Yesterday, I'm sitting at the park under my tree, got my palms on the tree, connecting with the earth, and it came to me again. Spirit said, go back to that song. And notice that I just said again, because it's something else I want to talk about the word again in another song too, at the end of this message too. So, as a matter of fact, let me write again down, because if I don't, I might forget again. And I feel like Spirit is saying again, it's really big for this message, and I might title it again, because I feel like Spirit is saying you keep having this cycle again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And you're a legend. And sometimes you forget that you're a legend. So then you lay down, you act like a peasant, you act like you just got to sit back and observe and watch other people. In the Spirit is saying, no, it wasn't meant for you to do that. And the people that I did send for you to watch, like myself, it was only for us to initiate the power within yourself, so you can understand that you too are a star. You too are meant to be seen. You too have powers that God have embedded in you for you to show the world. You too are a legend. You too have a past life. You too have things that you have done in this world to give into this world that you still have to give, plus more. So that's for somebody again. So that's so funny how they all chorus. I'm sorry, y'all. I just be on cloud now sometimes with Spirit, how everything just be co-signing with each other. Sorry, y'all. I just had a moment. But anyway, y'all. So I went back to the song. And after everything that we just talked about, past lives and all this, with the first song, it was called Legend. That was interesting, because I feel like Spirit is trying to say you are a legend and you don't even know that you're a legend. And some of you haven't and wasn't recognized until you passed away, and now you're in the earth again, and you seeing the legends from past lives, and you don't even know that was you, because you forgot again. It's like, as within, so without, as above, so as y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm hearing that in my head, but I feel like I definitely butchered it. But Spirit is saying it's all coexisting together. We all are tapped into this frequency, the universe, the God's energy. And it's like we keep repeating the same thing over and over again, and we just forgot. We forgot how beautiful life is. Legends, the first song was Legends. The next song was called Life is Beautiful. Legends forgot how beautiful their life was. And the last song was Graduation. But we starting to come back and graduate from forgetting. And I feel like even though you forgot, you still know. It's something about the knowing. It's like you know that you forgot. But even the fact that you know that you forgot is putting you in the knowing. You don't have to remember everything, but you know that you forgot. To know that you forgot is being in the knowing, not being in the unknown. You feel like you're in the unknown, but really you're in the knowing. The reason why we feel like we're in the unknown because we don't know what we forgot, but we know that we forgot. To know that you forgot is in the knowing. To know that you forgot is knowing that I did something, but I forgot. But that's okay because I'm going to do it again and again and again and again, like fucking legends do. So, graduation. What I wrote down is, again, as we go on, we remember all the times we spent together. We are starting to graduate to that point. Like, they tried to suppress us with all this food, with all the distractions, with all the liquor, the drugs. Again, distractions with people, social media. And the same thing that they try to use as distraction, social media, God is placing his people in there like me and you, and he's still bringing light to it. Period. Because, like, fucking with God is like playing checkers when God is playing chess. That's what the fuck is going on. It's like bitches been out here playing checkers and God is playing chess. As our life changed from whatever, we will still be friends forever. As our life changed from whatever, we will still be friends for forever. Again, your higher self, tapping into that. Your ancestors, tapping into that. They're going to always be your friend forever. Forever. So, going back to once you feel unstoppable, you run into an obstacle again. Going back to when you were not invited because you're nothing like the usual. You're graduating. You're nothing like the usual. God is using his legends that understand that life is beautiful and accepting to take that and not sit in hermit mode again or sit in the five of cups. And I keep hearing that more than a hermit because it's like you're sitting in the hermit, but you don't even know that you also sitting with the five of cups. So the hermit mode is somebody who isolate themselves, suppress themselves from everybody, suppress their true essence, maybe. And I find myself being guilty of that too. It's like it's too much for the world. Like people gonna talk, anybody gonna like me anyway, anybody gonna accept me anyway, like anybody gonna, and you keep saying ain't nobody. Fuck them. Who are you? What were you sent here to do? Are you doing that? Or are you playing? Are you letting people write your motherfucking story or are you writing your own goddamn story? Because most of the time you look at the movies and the stories and all that other shit, if you want to keep watching somebody else's, even that eyeball, the person who everybody like at the end of the show, at the end of the movie, they the fucking winner. They won. That's the beauty of a good movie when you see that person who went through so much shit, went through it, who went against the odds, ain't had nobody but God, and she still made it. Some people scared of that. They scared of the fear of being alone. They scared of the fear of going on their food journey and not thinking, what if I don't succeed? Then I'm just be a joke. Spirit, don't think like that. Understand that you are living through your soul fingerprint, not your flesh. Your flesh is so limited. Your flesh is limited to the people that you know in this lifetime. Your soul don't give a fuck about that because your soul understand that these same cousins, sisters, kids, baby daddies, husbands, I had many more of these before in my past lives. So why would I let this lifetime and these people in this particular life cycle get into my head so heavily that it makes me fear showing up? And I did it already. You already did it. These people in your lifetime, in this life cycle, is no powerful than the ones that was in your past life. Nor is it going to be more powerful than the ones in your future life. Your surroundings do not make you a legend. You make yourself a legend. You have the power to claim your beautiful life. Are you going to claim it or are you going to say it's too much? Because the world and society The only thing that's going to change the world and society is you activate your authentic self. Step into this bitch and be who you are. They need people like you to show up. We got enough people wearing masks. We got enough people in hiding. We got enough people in hermit mode. Hermit mode is not the place. If you got to go there for a while, that's fine. Sit there for a while with yourself. Sit in quietness. You're going to get the answers. But after the hermit mode come the Five of Cups. That's what I'm seeing right now in my mind's eye. So you go from hermit mode, isolation, which is fine because we all got to go there to get our mind right. But then you leave there and you go to Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a person who got cups. And understand, when you see a cup, it's something given to you. Water pouring into you. Pouring into yourself. But it's like, I can't remember. I think he facing two of the cups and three of the cups behind him and something like that. But I know, if you want to look it up with the Fifth of Pentacles. I know it got I said the Fifth of Pentacles, and maybe that's what I'm saying. Like God is like Pentacles. I went to Pentacles. Like God is trying to give you shit, but you keep sitting at Herman. It's like, bro, wake the fuck up, like straight up. And I ain't trying to like come off very like, you know. I'm talking to y'all the same way I talk to myself, bro. Straight up. Like I literally had to tell myself this too. It's like you got so much to give. You got so much like power and authority, and you've been given the permission to show up in your truth. But it's like you keep worrying about shit. It's like you overthinking so much about what everybody else is doing, thinking, gonna say. Like if I should do it this way, if I should do it that way, how can I show up? Is people gonna? But God is saying just show up and be you. That's all I need you to do. That's all I need you to do. Just show the fuck up. And when you show up, I hear Spirit is saying, show up as your finest. And Spirit is saying, put effort into everything that you do. When you sit in hermit mode, you're gonna get the answers. But when you come out, you're gonna come out as the star, the sun card. A person who understands that life is beautiful. And what makes it beautiful is you. You showing up. You accepting your cups. Again, I want to go back to the from graduation. As we go on, we remember all the times we spent together. Your soul remember every time that you lived in this earth. Not even just, I hear Spirit saying, your soul remember every time that you live. Fuck the earth. You think that this is the only place you lived at? Some of you guys are from different fucking places. Not even from here. That's why you always felt like, I just feel like it just seems so different. Because it is different. You were sent here to be different. Again, you are not invited because you're nothing like the usual. I don't know why my light just went off, y'all. It's a touch light, but it did. And I feel like Spirit is saying, again, I don't know why your light keep going out, but it is. Damn, didn't mind. It blew. It blew, y'all. The light blew. I just tried to tap it and get it to cut back on. It's not coming on. That means that the light that I put in it has expired. Again, we're going to die. Do you want to die looking down knowing that you didn't do what you was destined to do? Are you going to die not accepting that beautiful life that was destined for you? Or are you going to die being in that eeriness feeling? Like Juice WRLD was talking about the uncertainness. Uncertain about who you were and what you were supposed to do when it was right there. God said, I hid you in plain sight. I hid you in plain sight because I wanted that when the time came for you to arise to your purpose, to your destiny, I didn't want it to be a difficult thing. I wanted it to be plain. Plain Jane. Some of you guys are trying to do too much and God is saying just be plain. To be plain is to just be yourself. That's all I need you to do is to just be yourself in this season. Don't hide. Don't wear a mask. Show up and be yourself. As our life changed from whatever, we still will be friends forever. For all the people who didn't like me, I didn't like me neither. Again, that was so powerful. For all the people who didn't like me, I didn't like me neither. Listen to this song today, y'all. What Spirit is saying is that all that time that we spend from this lifetime to the other, maybe past cycles, maybe future cycles, some of us. And I feel Spirit is saying some of you guys have done this already and you keep doing it, and God is trying to get you to wake up in this lifetime because you keep living your life not to your full potential. And God is trying to get you to get to that place, to get to that cycle, to gain that cycle, get to that cycle where you can look at life as beautiful. Because some of us not seeing life as that right now. Again, when it took me back to if I try suicide, would you stop me? Some of you guys have already tried to commit suicide in your past before. I know I have. I know you don't. Some of you guys have thought about it. But again, why? Why do you feel like your life is not beautiful? And going back to, for all the people who didn't like me, I didn't like me neither. So a lot of us, like, again, like, you hold yourself back based off of other people's perception. Those people don't like you. And then when you die, you look over things and you see those people didn't like me, and then you don't like yourself. You start to not like yourself because you realize that I spent my whole fucking life worrying about everybody else. I ain't like that version of me. Your higher self don't like that version. But your higher self don't have a choice but to take a motherfucking ride in the passenger seat when the flesh take over and be like, I got it. We're going to sit here in hermit mode because everybody else doing like that. And we're going to stay static. We're going to just stay right here in our little hole and watch everybody else because we're not good enough to be seen. We're not good enough to be heard. We're not good enough to have gifts. Like, God didn't give us what he gave them. Like, that's the fuck God did. Who the fuck told you that? They a fucking lie. And I'm here to tell you that. And you can tell them I said it. They're a fucking liar. And you are also lying to yourself if you continue to just sit in that energy and be like, well, I don't got nothing to give. I don't got no talent. Just the fuck you do. You are a motherfucking legend. It's legends on this channel right now. It's legends watching this video right now. It's legends subscribing to this channel right now. You know why? Because I tapped into the fact that I'm a motherfucking legend. It's a ripple effect. God can't use legends if legends ain't claiming the fact that they're a motherfucking legend. Claim your goddamn power. Allow God to use you as a vessel. Because the thing about a person who can be used as a vessel but don't understand their power, you may have cracks in your vessels. God don't want to use that kind of vessel because God need, when he put that weight in that weight, he need you to be able to hold that shit. Hold that shit and give it to people who need it. We don't got time. We don't have time to spare anything anymore. Everything is happening. Time don't wait for nobody. So again, for all the people who didn't like me, I didn't like me neither. That's the tune you're going to be singing if you still continue to receive these messages and still keep playing with yourself like you don't hear the calling. You ain't going to like yourself either. You worrying about how them not liking you. You need to be worrying about how you going to not like yourself. I hear Spirit is saying. Because you keep going in hermit mode and you keep being in the Five of Cups energy, and that's because of everybody else, but eventually you're going to end up being that person who don't like yourself. How can you be on the side of the enemy? Don't be against yourself. Don't be your worst enemy. Don't dim your light. Because one day, like, my light just cut off. Y'all just seen it. Literally, my light just blew. I don't know. Wow. I thought it blew, but I just like grabbed it and touched like the inside of it and it came back on. It's like one of these lights, y'all. And at first when I was tapping it, it wouldn't come on. I kept tapping it, it wouldn't come on. But when I like went deep into it, it like came on. Y'all see when I tried to tap it. But again, I feel like that Spirit talking again through the message saying it's gonna come a time Well, you ain't gonna be here, baby. I feel like Spirit is use that light as them because I know that I touched that light and it did not come on, y'all, the first time. But then I touched it again and it came on. Spirit is saying, I'm giving you a second chance at life while you're still here. I'm giving you a chance to see things from a different perspective while you're still here. I'm trying to, oh, Spirit, thank you, Spirit. I was wondering why about that man up, the act, at the beginning of the video, I was talking about that actor who just got diagnosed with dementia and they moved him to an assisted living facility and he don't even know how famous he is. He don't even know that he a legend and he's still alive right now in the flesh. And Spirit is saying, you in the same boat. You have been diagnosed with dementia. And just because you've been diagnosed with dementia doesn't mean that the things that you did before you forgot didn't happen. And because you don't remember, you're choosing to accept that disease. Because that's what it is, a disease of the mind. It don't want you to remember. It don't let you. It don't allow you to remember. But God is saying, I'm allowing you to remember because you're not like the usual. So I'm going to call you out now in your flesh because I don't want to wait to talk to you when you're operating back in your soul fingerprint. I want to talk to you while you're operating your flesh fingerprint because I know that behind that flesh is a soul. And I know that although that soul may feel the energy of dementia, I'm giving you, spirits, and a chance again to see the beauty in your life while you're here and not when you leave, because some of y'all done live lives and y'all reach graduation, and when y'all got to graduation, when y'all reviewed that life cycle, you wasn't happy with yourself. You didn't like yourself. And God is saying, I don't want that to happen again. I don't want that to happen again. Because the more that happens, the more I lose my legends. And I'm sorry I'm getting emotional. But I feel like this message is so deep and heavy on me too, because God been saying the same thing to me. And just like I was saying, I kept hearing the song, congratulations, congratulations. And I like for a week now, and I didn't understand, but I know it kept coming to me. And again, I just want to read this. As we go on, we remember all the time we spent together. But you gotta go on. And going on doesn't mean going with the flow of the flesh anymore. Going on means connecting with your soul. Your soul is longing for you, for us. Become the legend again. And then I'm going back to the last thing is this last thing? Wow, it's not the last thing. Okay, this is gonna be a very, very long message, y'all. I'm so sorry, it's so long. Half of the class was making babies. I guess we had the jungle fever. Jungle fever. And God had me write an arrow down from jungle. And under jungle I put grounded people. And then under fever I put sick people. And again, I want to read what I put. Well, I got it from the song, but half of my class was making babies. I guess we had jungle fever. And that stuck out to me again, jungle fever. And I feel like that's what Spirit is saying. We have that. Jungle is people. And the reason why I put grounded people, because Spirit said when you're in the jungle, the people who lived in the jungle, and there's still people in the world today that live in the jungle. Again, it's people who's living in the same time as you living, but living a totally different life than you. Totally different. They don't think or have to worry about what society gonna think of them because they're not in society. Are you, you're in this world, but you're not of this world. And again, what Jungle Spirit was saying, how people that lived in the jungle, they was grounded people, they would connect with earth. Again, how I was saying, how I got this message, I was connecting to earth. I put my palm on the tree. I'm receiving information from the earth, because the earth has been here just like we have. Just like we have. The same way we gain information from each lifetime, so do the earth. The earth have much information to give. So the people, again, that was living in the jungle, they were grounded people. They were connected to source. They were more connected and aligned to source, because they understood that the ground is source and I am source. I am everything. I am that I am. And then fever, sick people. And spirit took me to, when you get a fever, you're sick. When you are grounded within your purpose, it's no way that you can be sick. And when I seen the word sick, it automatically just aligned with fear to me. Because if you have a certain amount of fear in you, that fear turns into sickness. So y'all, I just realized what time it is. I got a whole nother page to go, a whole other 2 pages. So this is definitely gonna have to be a part 2. I'm so sorry I gotta do this, but I gotta go pick someone up, and it's 12 o'clock right now, and I just lost track of time. So I'm gonna definitely be making a part 2 of this video today. So yeah, I'm so sorry if somebody is watching right now, but I will be back today, like I said, making the second part of this video. And the second part is we're gonna tap on why I kept saying again and again and again. So I will be back again. I love y'all so very much, and until later on, okay? Oh yeah, if you didn't subscribe to my channel, what the fuck is you waiting on? I ain't been on live in so long, child. I don't even know how to All right, I'm done, y'all. I'm about to end it now.